stories. Alright, I just got to start telling some stories. So, beer-wise, most of the beers are named after the guy the pub is named after, Lord Nelson. Admiral Nelson. He was the Admiral of the British fleet. Nelson versus Napoleon. He was the old Admiral. When you're at sea, during battle, if you want to run away or chase someone, you put 3 sheets to the wind to go quickly. In drinking terms, if you are 3 sheets to the wind, you got drunk quickly. It's about speed. You can't handle your drink. You got drunk quicker than everybody else. You are 3 sheets to the wind. It's where the phrase comes from.
And in Nelson's time, he used to pay all of his sailors a gallon of ale a day.
Yeah, right. So some of the other ones I've got. The Victory bitter, the name of his ship was called the Victory. The Trafalgar Pale Ale, the Battle of Trafalgar that killed him. Annihilation Stout. Most of his battles were an annihilation. The only one that doesn't fit the theme is the Quail Ale. You guys are either going to love or hate this story. The Quail Ale is named after a former United States Vice President, Dan Quayle. Yep, 100%. In 1989, when he was the Vice President of the United States, he came into this pub and he met the owner and they became friends. And that's when this photograph was taken. This is the owner. That is Dan Quayle. Taken right there. Quail Ale. Only one that doesn't fit the theme is the Quail Ale. Now they do seasonal beers every now and then. They just had a brown ale that they called the Ashes Brown. Because we just had a very big cricket match in Australia that some people at this table probably don't want to talk about.
Is that the one day, yeah? No, not the one day. No.
So the Ashes is a cricket game between England and Australia. And it's called the Ashes because at the end of the tournament, they burn some of the equipment and put the ashes in the trophy. Ashes. So this year, they brewed the Ashes Brown because England shit themselves. That's what the brewer tells people anyway. Another one they do is the Nelson's Blood. It's a porter, coffee, chocolate flavours. When you die at sea, back in those days, you get a sea burial. They don't want dead bodies stinking up the boat. So they wrap you up, say a few words, throw you overboard. Before every battle, Nelson would gather his crew and he would say, in this battle, if I die, do not throw me overboard. Take me home. Bury me in England. Shot through the eye by a French sniper, died instantly. Crew took him home. Only way to stop his body from rotting was to put his dead body in a barrel of rum, and it preserved it. They tucked it away and they left it alone. Now Britain won the Battle of Trafalgar. He died, but they won the battle. So on the journey home, battered and bruised, the sailors who survived wanted to celebrate. Celebrate by drinking rum. They drank all the barrels, they left that one alone until it was the only one left. And by the time they reached England, it was dry. And each time they drank from the last barrel, they would raise their glasses to Nelson's blood. The blood had mixed in with the rum. So the porter here is called the Nelson's Blood. In the UK, you can buy a bottle of rum called Nelson's Blood. Now the other seasonal one they do is called the 111. Because when Nelson died, he had one eye, one arm, and one testicle. 111. Now in that game of cricket, if you're a batsman person and you stay in and you get 111 runs, it's called a Nelson. 22 runs, it's called a double Nelson. Now this used to be a very violent pub. There used to be fights here almost every night. This is an old Navy pub. These are Navy signal flags. So bottom of the hill that way is water. So Navy ships used to dock all around this point. Sailors would walk at the top of the hill, first pub they see, in they come have a beer. Sit at the bar. Now the locals have their spot at the bar. Very territorial. So a local comes in, sees a guy sitting there, taps him on the shoulder. You're in my spot, sailor. Sailor's not going to back down. I don't see a name on it, mate. Fights break out. When you own the pub, it costs a lot of money to fix the furniture every time there's a fight, smashing chairs over people's heads, glass to the face, throwing them into the tables, out the windows. You've got to fix the furniture all the time. So they came up with a way of stopping the fighting and keeping the locals on side. They gave the locals a spot on the bar. That's what those little gold plaques are. Just above eye height, they go all the way around the bar. And they're the names of locals, past and present. If there's a date there, the person's passed away. If there's 2 or 3 on top of each other, there's a family connection there. Most of them are nicknames. We love a nickname. My name is Gary. My nickname is Gaz. That's a standard one. Gary becomes Gaz. Barry Baz. Darren Daz. Sharon Shaz. Karen Kaz. If we can't do that, put an O on the end of your name. Tomo, Robbo, Jono, Miko, Davo, Simo. These ones are a bit more creative. You got One Stick Dave. He had one leg. The bookends. The bookends were 2 blokes who would sit on either end of the bar and hurl abuse at each other. My favourite is right down the end on the corner. All it says on the plaque is dog shit on the shoes. That is someone's nickname and he has a spot on the bar. They still put names up there, but you have to earn it today. They reckon you've got to put in at least 10 years of drinking here regularly before the owner invites you onto the bar, and if you ask for a spot, you never get a spot. Most expensive plaque you will ever buy in your life, just to get your name up on that bar there. Now you'll notice these stones here. Sandstone, these are the original blocks, and you'll see the markings on them where the convicts hacked through. Now you start noticing patterns. Some of them are vertical, some of them are diagonal, zigzags. There is a reason for this. If you're a convict chiseling out these rocks by hand, you're expected to make 20 blocks in 1 week. You, by yourself, 20. At the end of the week, if you don't have your 20, then you are punished. Standard punishment for a convict is getting flogged across the back with the cat of 9 tails. A whip with 9 tails. And it wasn't 9, 18, 27. It was 1, 2, 3. So it's the end of the week, and I've only made 19 blocks. I know I'm about to get flogged. I don't want to get flogged. I need 20 blocks. So I come and steal one of yours. Now I've got 20, you've got 19, you're getting flogged. I don't care. This happened all the time. Now this was risky, because if you're here as a convict and you steal anything and you're caught, they kills you. Theft by a convict was a hangable offence. So if you steal another man's block, they hung you. They flogged you first because you didn't have 20. Then they hung you. Now they don't want to kill all the labour, they need people to do the job. So the soldiers started making every convict mark their block. Every time I make a block, I mark every side with a vertical line, diagonal line, dots. dots, crosses, zigzag. Now if I steal one of yours, they can tell straight away, and I'm less likely to steal. And that's what these markings are. These are literally the signatures of the convicts that made them. And you see them on buildings all around the rocks. The next pub we go to has exactly the same markings. How's the beer? Good. Is someone missing a beer? So no beer on the first fleet, plenty of rum, but no beer. James is caught one day stealing supplies, sentenced to death. During his trial, he explained what he stole and why. He stole hop seeds in order to plant, to grow, to brew beer. So now they've got their hands on a convict who reckons he can make beer, and they're about to kill him. They changed that law pretty quickly. They kept him around, and he brewed the first batch of drinkable beer in Australia's history. He took a pretty big chance. Those of you drinking the Golden Ale, the beer is called the Chanso. And the chance paid off for him. They didn't kill him, but they still had to punish him for stealing hops. The IPA is called the Hop Thief. They flogged him across the back with the cat of nine tails. Those of us drinking the Amber Ale, it's called the Nine Tails. And they flogged him 150 times.
Oh.
The Pale Ale is called 150 lashes. Now nobody survives 150 lashes. But they made sure you did. They'd spread it out. They give you 10 in the morning, 10 at night. 10 in the morning, 10 at night. Every day until your sentence is dialed out. If you're about to die, they stopped. Doctor came in, patched you up, you get a few weeks off to heal. Once the doctor gives the thumbs up, they continue where they left off. There was one convict, his name was Charles Anderson. He tried to escape, he was caught and sentenced to 1,200 lashes. And he got every single one. It took over a year, he begged for death, they didn't give it to him. And he survived. So for James Squire, 150 lashes for a crime he should have been killed for, this was considered a light sentence. All because he knew how to make beer. So the moral of the story is, beer saves lives. It's historically proven. Now, Sydney's oldest pub. Let's put it to rest, eh? 3 times tonight I've said it, 3 times technically correct. Depends how you want to interpret it. The first one was the Australian. Moved around 3 times since 1824. Sydney's oldest pub. Yeah. To be more accurate, they should say we have the name of Sydney's oldest pub. Really, that's all they can claim. The Fortune of War, same spot, different building. First built in 1828, burnt down, rebuilt. Sydney's oldest pub. Yeah. To be more accurate, they should say we have the longest license for the same location. But that doesn't look sexy on the front of your building. Sydney's oldest pub, on the main street of a tourist attraction with a cruise ship across the road. You're going to lose a lot more customers that way, aren't you? Lord Nelson, Sydney's oldest hotel. Hotel. First somebody's home, then turned into a pub. Hotel. This pub, exactly how you see it. Never moved, never burnt down, never rebuilt. It's called a hotel, but you can't stay here. Sydney's oldest pub. A pub is a public house. It's where the word pub comes from. So for me, I think this is Sydney's oldest pub. But it's open to debate. Everybody's got their favourite. And everybody's favourite is Sydney's oldest pub. The locals still today argue over it. You have the information, use it how you will.